She Mr. Popular. Got everybody
Hey
coming
man,
through, dapping you up.
we're getting there.
Guys, we are weathering the elements, so don't mind my fan here.
It's pretty hot.
But we got Lottie in the building with
James Savage.
James Savage.
Hmm.
And we've got a show coming.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this your first headline show in New York?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
It
gosh,
is.
I feel so special to witness this.
Yeah, shout out to Live From. They're hosting this event.
Yeah.
Elmine and his team started doing this thing a while ago where they would just go to a city and
Mhm.
announce it like kind of the day of and say,
Yeah,
we're doing a show here. It's free.
yeah,
It's like a small show for the biggest fans, you know?
I love that.
And then they just started opening it up. I think Jason Painter did one. No, I think I'm the second one outside of Elmine to do it. Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
And this is not my first time seeing you perform here because just last night,
Mm-hmm.
at a very intimate set, you performed your song on Monica. You're the only feature on Monica. So tell me a little bit about that record and also performing in New York.
That record came about while Jack called me while I was at work one day. He was like, "Hey, bro, I'm working on this album, and it kind of sounds a little different than the things I've done before. But I think your voice would sound good on it." So he was like, "If you have anything, just send it to me." And I sent him some stuff, and he was like, "Let's get you up here so we can so we can work on some stuff."
Up here being to New York.
To New York, yeah. So I came up here and he played me the record, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness!" Like I fell in love with it, you know. But yeah. So I just worked up here for like 5 days with him, and then yeah, came up with Move Along.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
And so when you wrote that, was this that like a freestyle? It's kind of like a stream of conscious type record. So how did you write that?
Yeah, so I did a few days up here, a few different sessions, and that was like one of the later ideas that we did. I think I did like 10 or 11 ideas for him.
That's crazy.
But it was just kind of like I had heard the music and I'd heard the things that he was talking about and the way he was speaking and like the sentiment behind his project. So it was kind of just like I was just filling out the things that he was talking about already. But yeah, it came together really smoothly. Franklin Rankin, the guy that's playing guitar with me today, he was in those sessions and we wrote a lot of songs.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that he's coming through for you to do this live. And you know, you've got your own project, Pine. Congratulations on Pine.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful record. And I'm excited to see how it's going to translate live. But tell me a little bit about what it's like preparing to go from what you do in the studio to for a live audience.
Yeah, so Pine is like a more of a slow record, so it's gonna work out tonight just based on like the acoustics of how we're working it out tonight. But translating it to live for me is more so about just making it a little more exciting, you know. So adding drums in the places that lack drums on the record and stuff like that. Bringing all those like background vocals in to all of those elements. But yeah, just try my best to make it exciting and engaging for a new listener.
I want to hear more about the premise of Pine because, you know, obviously this is a love record, right? There's a bunch of you're kind of covering, I would say, like all of the stages of what someone would experience, like either in a relationship or in a series of relationships. So kind of tell me about when you're crafting this from top to bottom, what is the overall story or message?
Yeah, so Pine is another word for yearn or desire. So everything, all of the writing was in that direction, just like human desire and what it causes us to do, what we do because we are trying to attain the things we want, or in spite of not being able to have the things that we want. So just love and relationships and money and friendship and all of those things that come with. I mean, I think desire is the root of all human decisions. You know, you want to eat, so you eat. Like you feel the feeling of hunger, so it drives your body to do something. You know, it was kind of that, just like the primal aspect of like, I want, so I do, and I acquire.
I want, so I do.
Yeah.
I love that. And when you're thinking of like putting a project together, are you like, okay, this is the intro, this is the middle, this is the conclusion? Or are you like, okay, I need some songs that are like positive and some songs that are more like negative? Or like, what's kind of like when you're, you know how some people approach creating album like writing an essay? Is that how you go about it, or what was your master plan, or did you have one?
I think the way I approached this one in particular was the sonic identity. I knew how I wanted it to sound. I knew I wanted it to be earnest. I knew I wanted it to be honest. I knew I wanted it to be open and raw so that my vocals cut through. So the musicians that I chose to work with for this project really helped me get it there.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the writing, it's just like how am I feeling right now in this moment? And at that time, I was just like hearing a lot of music that inspired Pine and a lot of just a lot of things that had been going on in my life. Yeah. Just like, man, it all came back down to like, I want this. I want whatever I want, you know? Yeah. So it just like, it kind of landed in that space.
Let's get into this writing because it's so good. And I actually have one of my favorite lyrics here from 100 Years. And this is how you start the song. Even the lines on your face, they amaze me. Still getting used to the way you erase them because they came from the smiles that I gave you. And girl, those memories ain't fading. Hope you know I ain't perfect, I don't claim it. But if it ain't working, I ain't blameless. That's like, I love how like direct it is, but it's still very poetic and descriptive at the same time. Does that just like flow out?
It's those that first line was like I had an experience, and that came from a conversation, and I was like, ooh, that's something. There's something there. Yeah. And I think that line sat in my phone for months, maybe even a year.
So you'll just have like lyrics.
That yeah. I have a tab in my notes called bars and one-liners, where I'll be watching a movie.
Doesn't everyone who writes songs?
Yeah, for sure. So it's like you just hear something in the conversation and you just grab it and tuck it for later. And then I heard that production, and like sometimes when I hear production, if nothing comes to me instantly, I'll just go to that notes tab and scroll, and I saw that line and I was like, ooh, this is it. I finally found it. And then it just goes from there, and I try to be as honest as possible in those records. And that record, it was just like me admitting to the person that I was talking to that like, I'm not perfect, and sometimes I'm the cause of your issues, but if you give me enough time, we can figure it out. You know? Yeah.
I love that. And how do you sharpen your pen? Are you someone who, you know, is it reps that you're like writing every day? Is it that you're reading certain types of books? Is it that you're freestyling? Like, how do you get this good? This is good stuff.
I appreciate that. I've been recording music for 8 years, and I write all my own stuff. So you can imagine 8 years of me being as dedicated as I am. At some point, it's got to get good, you know. And I just made the decision. No, for sure. And I made the decision that like I'm not gonna like formally put anything out until I know it's good, you know. So I spent 5 or 6 years of just like not like officially putting things out, just because I just felt like I couldn't stand behind it. So like after like that 6-year mark, and I made a few songs, and I was like, oh, it's starting to click for me, like really click for me.
It's interesting that you say that because you have a couple. I was thinking that you were gonna have a project sooner because you had a couple loosies, and I'm like, oh, these are really good. You know, Look at Me is my song. That's my song. That's my video. And I was like, I wonder if this is gonna live somewhere. But it's you know, it's its own record. So how did you decide? Okay, these songs, even though they're good, and within like the past, I guess 1 to 3 years, are just gonna be loosies, and then I'm gonna go into project mode.
I just didn't feel ready yet. You know, I didn't feel like I had built I built the demand for a project. That's kind of how I approached it. It was just like, I felt really strongly about like having a body of work for people to come back to, but I needed to put the work in to get there. Yeah. You know? So I see Pine as like, people are listening to it now, but I think it'll really be appreciated further along in my career when they go back and listen and be like, damn, this guy had it all along.
Yeah. And I love that it's a very cohesive body of work, but it also leans more towards down tempo, which is something that you don't really see for, you know, emerging acts who are trying to like get their foot in the door. Everybody wants kind of like this hot hit that's like 2 minutes, that's like really, you know, like high tempo, and you honestly did pretty much the exact opposite of that, but it's still very quality song. So like, how do you, you know, even like convince your team or whoever, like, hey, this is the route that I need to be going?
Thankfully, my team trusts me and they trust my taste, and so that's just like how I justified it in my mind when I went into recording. And just like, I know I've got people that are going to back up whatever I do because they know that I'm going to try my best to make the best decision for my career personally. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, bro, do your thing. I had made like 3 or 4 songs, and I was like, this is kind of the idea I'm going for. And I played it for them, and they're like, yeah, chase this. Yeah. If this is what you're feeling, chase this. And that's exactly what it was. It's just what I was feeling at the time. That's a lot of the music that I listen to, like around that BPM and around that. It's feel good music. You listen to it by yourself in the car going somewhere, you know. Yeah. So it's like, that's what I was feeling at the time.
Tell me about any kind of like external inspiration for Pine that doesn't come from your own life. So you were saying you're listening to some music. Were there different things that you were seeing either like out in nature, or maybe in a museum, or maybe a book you read or a movie you saw? Like, what kind of things inspired?
Nature's definitely one of my reference points. It's one of my anchors.
I mean, it is called
writing.
Pine. It's a little double entendre.
For sure, exactly. It's definitely one of my anchors in my writing. There was a song that Mk.gee put out on his project, to start in the Dream Police, called "I Want," and the hook is "I want what I want, and I want, and I want, and I want," and it's like that. Those lines really made me think. Like, I was already toying with the idea of Pine, and I heard that, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness, yeah, this is the lane I'm in." And then sonically, like not in terms of how D'Angelo's music sounds, but just like the feeling of it and him sitting in those pockets for so long, and the repetition and just like drilling a certain idea into your head for 6 minutes. I relate.
Yeah, because you do have some longer records on here, and like I'm saying, it's like everyone kind of wants this like TikTokable soundbite, and you're kind of like, I don't care about that.
I mean, at least at this stage in my career, and I can't imagine that I would. I'm not saying I never would, but it's just I want my shit to live forever. I'm being frank about it. I just want it to live for as long as it possibly can, and I want anybody to be able to listen to it. I want to like it when I'm 50, So like, it's just that's kind of the direction I approach things with almost everything I do.
Are there particular D'Angelo songs, or which album was the one that resonated with you the most?
Voodoo resonated with me the most, but really Love, like just how long it takes to get to the first words he says. And then the repetition, I'm gonna really love you, I'm gonna really love you. And then just the falsetto, and you can't even really understand them. It's all emotion. It's all emotion. And that's like something I chase. Because the emotion is the thing that never dies. Like the words, the language, the thing you decorate around it is subject to change. And history proves that it has and will change, and will continue to change. But like, love has been love, and it will always be love. And pain will be pain, and it will always be pain. Even if you experience it in different ways, it's like, that's just what it is.
I mean, it's the reason why we never get tired of love songs.
Exactly.
Right? You think we've heard it all by now, but
yeah. It's just people frame it in different ways and make it seem new to you, but it's like it's the same thing every single time. It's not changing,
So speaking of love, recently you were asked, how would you define or describe love without mentioning the word love? And at the time you said you needed to think about it. Did you do any thinking since?
Not exactly. But I would say, and I think I said it when I was asked, but it's choices. The actively choosing someone every day, or actively choosing, if you love something, actively choosing that thing every day. Like, I don't always like, and
choosing how you show up for it or commit to it.
I'm not always infatuated with music. If we'll use music as a reference, like, I'm not always infatuated. It's not always exciting to me, but I choose it every single day, and I approach my relationship the same way. It's just like, you might be getting on my nerves right now, but I'm not gonna leave.
Real.
On my nerves. You know what I'm saying? It's just I choose her every single day.
Yeah, she chooses you.
Yeah, of course. Of course. What? You better.
Twisted.
Yeah.
So you've got this one record that I'm obsessed with on the album, Say Sumn.
Oh yeah.
That is my freaking song.
I'm glad.
And I just love the sonics of it, and you just have this thing where your hooks are really hooky.
Thank you.
Like, that's a really hooky hook, and I was just like feeling every moment of it. And there's this one bar, and I hope I don't like misquote it, where it's like, and if I can't save you, baby, I gotta save the world around you. Yeah. And I was just like, my heart.
Something's gonna get saved. We're gonna have to figure it out.
Like, the hopeless romantic to gonna eat that up.
No, for sure.
How did that line come to you?
Personal experience. Like that song. It's not word for word exactly my life, but it's like inspired by things that I've been through. And it's like, you're going through something with somebody, or that song in particular is about wanting someone to just express their love for you. Because in the early stages of a relationship, you never know who's going to jump off the porch.
I'm a double texter. I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, no matter what you're going through, this is what we feel is real. So like, I can help you figure out whatever's going on. And that's like the sentiment behind that line. It's just like let me know and we'll figure it out. Yeah.
I love that. That. But one thing I will say is that sometimes you are like playing kind of like Superman, but a lot of times you're like, listen, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect, and I'm not even gonna pretend. And I love that you're just able to balance. Love is complicated.
It is.
Human beings are complicated.
Yeah.
And I feel like you do a really great job of balancing what that looks like from all the perspectives of a man who's walking through that.
Because you don't always feel like Superman, you know? You're not always going to make the right decision. So I just, you know, music is creative expression in me. So however I'm feeling that day or whatever I feel when I hear that music, that's what's going to come out. So sometimes it's going to be, I'm going to steal your girl. Or sometimes it's going to be, damn, somebody stole my girl. You know what I'm saying? It's like all ends of the spectrum, you know? So,
there's no stone left unturned.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah. So I just want to hit all aspects because that's how you reach a lot of people, and that's what I want to do. I want to reach a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just try to be as relatable as possible by telling my story because I'm not the only 26-year-old man living this life and having these certain experiences, you know.
And again, like I feel like you paint the picture so specifically, but we all can grasp like exactly.
Yeah, sure. So I just try to capture the emotion for sure.
Yeah. I want to take it back to your childhood and how that informs like how you make music. So I know you were riding with your mom in the car, you're singing. She's like, "That boy got talent. That's my baby, right?"
Yeah.
What music or what, I guess, occurrences in your life kind of change? Because we all start out, I think, as music lovers. Like we all appreciate music. We're all like surrounded by music, but there's a difference between being a music lover and a music maker.
For sure.
Right? So you kind of crossed into that world. So like what informed how you decided to pursue your artistry?
Yeah, so I grew up listening to a lot of gospel. And you know, in gospel, they have those big, like, earthy, girthy voices and just like projection. That was never like where I landed on the spectrum of singers.
Yeah.
So like
knowing yourself, that's real.
Yeah, no, honestly.
You're like, sure. I'm not that, but
so it was discouraging as a kid. Obviously, I was singing church and I was singing solos and you know all that stuff. But it was discouraging as a kid because I felt like I couldn't do that. But as I got older, I started dipping my toe into secular music because it wasn't allowed in my childhood.
Listen, mine either. I know what it's like to have hyper Christian
It's a common story. You know what I'm saying? That generation was like, nah, get that devil music out of here. Yeah, and my dad was definitely one of those get that devil music out of here. So there was no devil music in my house. Until I found out what headphones were, then there was devil music in my house.
That part. All right. So, like, so you gotta tell me what's the first song from the devil that you heard?
The first song I fell in love with for real, Can't Be Friends, Trey Songz. Watch the video, listen to that song, listen to the pain in his voice. Ooh, those melodies.
That's real.
Troy Taylor background vocals, like man, that was definitely one of those songs that I was riding to in the car in Virginia when I would go spend time with my mom, where she would just like let shit play. You know, that was the first one. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
You know. Then as I got older, in my dad's house, I got headphones and Bryson released his album.
Come on.
And
I mean, that's a Louisville legend.
Yeah, for sure.
That's actually, he's the one who put Louisville on the map.
Yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, like, for you, yeah. He's one of the early ones for sure. Him. There's a couple guys, but I heard that, and obviously the proximity had an effect on me, but like just the music by itself was enough to pull me in. And
I mean, Trapsoul changed the game.
It changed the game, and it changed my life personally because it was like I can do that. Like not in like I'm better than him or I can do the things he does, but just like the level of like his singing and like the type of music he was making and just the type of things he was saying. I was like, man, it was really inspiring to me at that age. So
and he also got a pen on him. He's one of those ones. Oh my God.
Yeah, rapping and singing. He's just he's like that. Shout out to Bryson.
Shout out to Bryson. You know, it's funny because you're in this lineage of like Louisville artists that are being put on the map, right? So you got Bryson, you got Jack, and now we've got you. And you know, I remember Jack shouted you out in a song, and I was like, who's this James guy? I went to go look into it, and I was like, wait, he actually hard. Okay,
that was cool.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. I want to hear some kind of like maybe behind the scenes album stories. Like maybe there's a song that almost made the cut that you're like, okay, this isn't for this, or maybe there's a song that did happen that almost didn't happen because of some like circumstance.
I mean, there's tons, but I'll tell you about your favorite song.
Okay.
Say Sumn on the project. That almost didn't make the cut because I couldn't figure out the hook. My manager Nick and I, he's also my engineer. We were in there for, I think we did like 5 different sessions and wrote 10 different hooks for that song, and just couldn't put our finger on it. And then
it's got a nice swing to it.
Yeah, it's got a good swing. I appreciate that, thank you. But it's like we just chose to lean with simplicity because the things that we were trying to do it to make it feel bigger or make it feel better just weren't working.
Yeah.
So we kind of like settled on that hook and had to sit with it for a while until it like revealed itself to us as like something that we should really be proud of.
Was that instrumentation there originally, or was that added? Was a lot of it added like in post?
Franklin Rankin and Jermaine Paul flew to Louisville after I had met them working on Jack's project. And we built that song from scratch and a few different songs on the project. We made a lot of the project in like a week. Just those guys.
I hope you recorded this process.
There's a few videos.
I need the documentary, honey. A week is crazy.
Yeah.
It just does not sound like that.
No, for sure. And you know, some of the writing came later, but a lot of that production, like the second half of Crash, or like I don't know, it's just a lot of stuff that we figured out in that week because we got into a flow after a couple of days, and after a while it was like we're making 3 a day, just like oh my goodness, really really good ideas.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Tell me about the decision to have Pine and then the reprise later on.
Wait, what you talking about?
Because that melody and that
the
like
intro?
The intro comes up again.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it was just like it just felt so good.
It really does.
Thank you.
It honestly felt like very cinematic. I was just like, wait, like if you were to close your eyes, which is how I listen to music when I first listen, it's like I feel like I'm in a movie, you know?
Yeah, and we wanted it to feel cinematic, and we wanted it to just. We honestly wanted to make a statement with that first song of just like, if you like this, you're gonna like the project. If you don't like this, don't waste your time. You know, it's one of those things. Like this is gonna be a musical, intimate, you know, like intentional project.
But that wasn't the first song made.
No, not the first song. I recorded the Pine intro. The vocals you hear are me singing into my phone on like a lunch break at my job. Yeah, and I just recorded that and I sent it to Franklin, and I was thinking something like this for maybe an interlude, and he sent it back. And I was like, this is amazing. And Nick was like, yeah, this is our intro for sure.
That was
it's gotta
so
be
good.
our intro. And then we built around it. We got Sally Gorski to lay some strings. And like it just came together. And then we decided strings was gonna be one of the 3 lines. So we had her do Painful Company, and we had her do the second half of Red Giant.
Got you. Yeah, Red Giant's another one. It's living up to the title.
For sure. Thank you. Yeah.
So when you have so many good records and you have to like cut it down to fit into this again story, how do you go about sequencing? Is that something that's easy for you? Is that something that's hard? Or are you kind of getting input from other people?
Nicholas Meredith, he executive produced this project.
He's very humble about it.
He definitely is. He's a quiet guy. I told him I'm making famous, so I'm gonna say his name in every interview. Because he deserves it. He's like his brain. We click. Creatively, we click. Like it's hard for me to imagine. Is that how you guys
met? Did you guys first start working musically and then it turned
into? I mean, I have a friend named Chris Will who I met at my job at Walmart in 2020. And he was just taking me around Louisville, introducing me to people, and then one day he introduced me to Nick in 2022 at 400 Recording, where we made a lot of this project.
It's recent.
Yeah, super recent. It was right before he bought 400 Recording. So I mean, I met him and I played him some songs, and he was like, okay. Got his number, and he was just like, send me the stuff you make. And I was like, well, I want to record at the studio. He was like, nah, you got something at the crib. Keep recording at the crib. And so like, I mean, our relationship just built from there. I would send him stuff I made. I would send stuff I like. He sent me stuff.
What kind of setup you got at the crib?
A Focusrite interface. He let me borrow like a SM7B or he let me borrow a Neumann microphone.
Nice.
Just really simple. A Dell laptop.
Okay.
FL Studio, I recorded FL, so it's just like super simple.
Yeah, you know? It's very, very stripped down, but it sounds great, which speaks to the quality of the voice.
Quality of the voice and the quality of mixing. Shout out to those guys that mix my project. But thank you. Yeah, I try to keep it simple because it's just like, I think the idea is what wins. You know, the idea is what wins. Yeah. It's like the intro to Pine. Like we decided to keep those vocals because how raw they felt.
Because sometimes you can't recreate things that you do like in the voice note, you know? So you just gotta let that rock and engineer does their thing.
For sure.
Are we getting a deluxe? Do you do deluxes?
I mean, this is my first project, and I've toyed with the idea of a deluxe, but it's not in the immediate future. I'm not gonna completely rule it out.
Yeah.
But I feel really comfortable if there wasn't one. Because I'm really, really proud of that project and the way it flows and how it ends and all of that stuff. So it's not 100% out of consideration, but I'm chilling right now though. I'm working, but not working on the list for Pine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right, because you're always cooking. What about CDs, vinyls, cassette? I'll even get a little cassette.
I mean, I'd love to. It's more of a demand thing, you know. It's like if the analytics allow
demand of at least one right here.
I'll make you one. I'll make you one.
I want to have the only Pine cassette.
Yeah. I mean, this is I for that stuff like that. I got to keep building my audience.
For sure.
You know? I got to keep putting out music, keep doing shows, keep building a name for myself.
But here's the thing: like you do like a very small limited edition run, right? And then 10 years from now, you're like, who got them cassettes from?
I've been thinking about it. I really have. I talked to my team about it. We're gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
But nothing in the works as of this very moment. Yeah.
Awesome. And we gotta talk aesthetic. You've got it's simple, but it's so stylish, right? And that's something that I think is also present, even with like the cover art, but it can still make a statement. Tell me how you approach fashion, how that ties into the music. Do you do it by eras? Is it gonna change for the next project?
I can see it changing. But I'm just a simple guy in terms of like I didn't grow up having a lot of money or caring about what I look like. Honestly, like I would just put stuff on.
You're like,
go
I'm just
and,
naturally handsome. So
well, I don't know about that, but I would just like wake up and go. And I spent a lot of time like I would go to school and I would just wear a simple outfit. I'd go to work. I'd put on a uniform. It was something that was like present in my brain. So I'm still trying to figure out my identity, you know, in terms of just like the things I wear. But I've definitely found a uniform for myself. A good pair of boots or like some low top sneakers and like some good jeans. I need some good pants. I'm particular about
these
pants.
Look like quality denim right here.
I appreciate it. They are. I love these jeans. And then a good sweater, crew neck, or I'll throw on a tank if it's not outside.
You got on all three right now.
Yeah, you know, and that's pretty much all it is. It's either this or this exact fit in a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt. That's like,
or like you'll have it in beige. Or
yeah, facts. That's my union. Monochromatic. You know, no bright colors, because it's just like, you know, I'm just not too pressed about it right now. I care about what I look like. I care about presenting myself as a clean, you know, somebody that looks like they smell good.
Right.
So like, I'm particular about shit like that. Yeah, for sure. But in terms of just like having the flashiest thing on, or like, first of all, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's just like, you know, I think my presence will speak louder than my outfit. You know, I try for it too.
How does that tie into the visuals, right? Because, you know, people can go all types of ways in music videos, but I feel like, again, the way the cover art is very natural, your video is also very natural.
Definitely. I mean, we just wanted to create a visual landscape for the songs. So, Juan Nito was the guy that directed all the visuals for this project, and he was just like, bro, let's just go home. Let's go home, show these people where you're from, put on the place you're from, and that's what we did. We shot in Louisville. We shot in Henderson, where I was raised. And yeah, I just showed places. I grew up eating at a barbecue spot. So at a barbecue spot, you know, like the places that inspired the places that the things happen, the landscape that inspired
the journey of your life.
Exactly. So it's just like, yeah, one of those situations where it's just like, let's just go home and catch you in your natural habitat.
It's so good. And I love the fact of like bringing the audience in.
Absolutely.
And so when folks are hearing this project, some people from the very first time they're ever hearing about you, some people who've been following your career, what is it that you want them to take away from hearing Pine, either about you, about themselves, or about love, or what have you?
I mean, I made this music in a time that I needed it, and I listened to it for the purpose of just like reminiscing or getting through things and stuff like that. So it's just if my music can do that for somebody else, which is honestly my goal, is to reach as many people as possible and to have impact in people's lives. I just want to make music for people that they can live their life to, that they can put on when they're having a bad time or a good time, and just like, you know, be the soundscape to their life.
Yeah, I love that.
That's what I'm chasing.
And I know you said you're someone who you want to be around for a long time. Absolutely. So when you think about legacy, how do you want to be remembered?
As a guy that was a good man and a guy that made great albums. That's what I want. Good man, great albums.
That. Are we gonna do lightning round? And then we can wrap this bad boy up. Hold on, let me make sure I got all my questions. One song you would sample if money wasn't an object?
It's a tough question. My testimony by Marvin Sapp changed my life. It made me fall in love with music the way I'm in love with music now. So if I could sample that song, in a way that's not disrespectful, I'd sample that just to reminisce when I heard myself singing over it.
I love that. One place you'd love to travel?
Japan.
Hey,
yeah, I just love to
go to
there.
Tokyo, man.
I'm gonna go.
It's a good time.
Yeah, they listen to me out there. I need to get out there.
I'll give you some recs.
Yeah,
it's a good time. The last song that made you do a double take or a double listen, I should say.
Ooh, it's hard to say.
He's like, there are not many. No, I'm playing.
No, there's quite a few. It's hard to pick. Uneven by Choker. Okay. The day we were shooting the 100 Years video, I was listening to that album and I heard that song, and I got to that song in the album, and the whole ride home, a 2-hour drive from Henderson to Louisville, I listened to that song on repeat and lost my fucking mind. It's so good, so good.
Sheesh. And do you prefer to be outside or be inside, regardless of what the activities may be?
I like cuddling with my girl. So I'll be either watching Netflix or whatever.
I don't know if you heard that.
Cuddling, no, for sure. I like cuddling. I'm a cuddler, so.
You're an inside guy.
But I love nature too. If I could split it 50-50, I'd spend 50% of my time cuddling with my girl and the other 50% of my time on a hike.
Period. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Balance. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Fine. In closing, fine. Exactly. Any last words that you'd like to share with your fans?
Thanks. I appreciate you. You're changing my life. You're in the process of changing my life. So keep listening, and I'll keep creating, and let's keep growing. Thank you so much, and thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You're changing our lives too. So
that's the goal. That's the goal.
Appreciate you. Excited to see you continue to do your thing and to see you crush it on this
Let's
stage.
Do it. Let's
Come
do
on,
it.
Man.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, good sir.
Thank you so much.
Of course, of course.
Good shit. Great questions.
You know, of course. I try to just not make it too, simple. Oh, I don't want to pull this.
No, you're good. Let's get it right. There you go.
Thank you, good sir. You're tall as hell. What is it, 6'3"?